Hey folks, this is a quick video to show you how to kind of put your audio files together in Riverside. So what you'll want to do is, if you're going to see my home screen here, and I've got a couple of other videos that I've worked on, but what I would do is I would head to projects, and I've already got a project started for this one. It's called Podcast Example, but you could go ahead and just click that new project so you can choose to either upload a file or record a file. I would probably recommend with recording a file and start with recording your intro script, as well as any transitions that maybe you have written already. So what that looks like is this. So this is just my voiceover. I named it my podcast voiceover. Is this script here. So you're going to see, like, I've got my hook written. I've made a plan to have some music, and then I'm going to go into my intro where I'm introducing the person who I interviewed, talking about honors classes, right? So these are quotes that I've found where I was listening to the audio file and I was like, oh, I like that quote. Definitely want to use that in the podcast. And then all I've done was I've written a couple of quick transitions and a quick little closing for this, and I recorded those. And you're going to notice when I click on so I recorded this voiceover, and then I'm going to edit it. And when that loads up, you're going to notice these spaces down here. These are intentional spaces so I could tell where one thing started, or one thing ended and the next one started. So I didn't just talk all the way through. I left myself some space in between sentences or ideas so I could easily put together a quote from there. So the first thing that I might do is, before I do anything else with importing my other audio files, I'm just going to listen to this and make sure that it sounds like what I think it does. Like, I definitely know I screwed up some places. I don't know if you can hear this, but we'll see if the audio picks it up. So even if you read the transcript, you're going to notice that I screwed up there. Whoops. So I'm just going to click on that and kind of highlight that stuff. Oh, no, I don't want that. There we go. And I'm just going to delete it, right? It's really nice and easy. It gets rid of any of my weird ums. You can run that AI tool to remove pauses and filler words. And that's really, really helpful, right? So just kind of listen to it, make sure it says what you think it says, cut out anything that we don't need. Okay. You're going to go to uploads, press that upload button, and then you're going to navigate to wherever you had your file saved. So for example, mine was in my journalism, Restad, journalism, newspaper, Restad, podcast, and then I uploaded that one there. So, but that guy's open here, and what I can do is, once that's in my uploads function, I'm going to click on this box. I can close this guy. Click on this little end box down here to add a upload, and it's going to be an audio upload. I'm going to click that guy, whoop, and that will drop in. And then what I can do is I can start cutting this audio file here, into my different audio clips that I want to use. So I don't know if you'll be able to hear this, but if I press play, so there was a break right there that I'm going to click on this split button. I don't know if you could hear that, but it was just me answering the question, then her going like, and then she answered the question. And I wanted to cut out that, So I just did that. And then I press delete, and then I'll keep listening to it. So I'm listening to the clip, and I'm just kind of waiting for a good ending point for that clip. So right there, before that waveform starts, I'm going to add in that other clip. Bam. Sweet. So this is my audio clip that's going to fall into, and the nice thing is I can figure out where I want this one to go. So I can click on this guy, and I'm going to make a little split. And then I'm just going to drag by clicking on this like arrow button, click and drag on this arrow button to put it in between right there. Cool. So now I've got my like hook. I'm going to add some music, and then I've got my first quote in here, and then you can see I've got some spaces for some other quotes that I'm going to listen to and cut in. But you can kind of get the feel for that. And then the last thing that I'm going to add is some music, right? So I'm going to add some music, I believe. So right here is where my music's going to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split again, and then I'm going to add section, and I'm going to add an empty section so I can kind of adjust the time of it. And then to add music, again, you could go to your uploads, and if you've uploaded a music file, you could upload it there. I'm just going to use some of the music that's already in here. I think I found one that I liked. So I think I liked this one. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe we'll look at this one. We're going to add this guy. Cool. So I've got my music here. I'm going to shorten this because I don't want it to be, 16 seconds long. And then I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to change. I'm going to give it a 3-second or 4-second fade out and a 1-second fade in. And there's my little musical beat. So I've got my intro. There. And now all I've got to do is keep going on with my cutting up my interviews, finding where they go in my transcript up over here. I'll move that out of the way so you can kind of see it. It's a slow process, but it's pretty effective. Cool. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Good luck.